Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Relzor, and in today's video I want to talk a little bit about some tips and tricks on what I think you should be focusing on for getting the End of Dragons meta event complete. I do believe it's rather overtuned right now, but it is possible to still get done, and if you're in a rush, this is what you should do. Alright everyone, just a very quick disclaimer before I start the video. I have completed the Dragon's End meta. As you can see, I have my tail standing behind me. I just haven't completed his collection yet, as the events are taking a little bit longer than I want them to. With that out of the way, let's get on to some tips and tricks. Okay, so first things first, there's the Dragon's End contributor buff. This is extremely important. This stacks up to 10 times, giving an percentage increase to health, kill experience, and outgoing damage. Every single person needs to make sure they have this stacked to 10. You get 1 stack per event completed, so participate and complete 10 events, you get 10 stacks. This is a huge damage increase, and everyone needs to have this. The very next thing is, you'll notice this here is the enhancement, 5% damage versus Dragon Void. You get this for completing the low, medium, and high readiness levels. So once it's maxed out and the zone is ready, every single person in the zone will get this enhancement. So that's extremely important to make sure you're doing those events that will get that level up. Okay, so as you're running around the map, you're going to see things called Jade offensive protocols and Jade defensive protocols. Now these will give you a buff. Here's the Jade offensive overcharge, which you get from these. It gives 150 power and 150 condition damage. Now it has 8 minutes 54 seconds on right now. They use the charges, the Jade power charges, the little batteries you find on the ground to be able to activate these. You can stack this up for extra time. So if I click on this again, use one more charge, it's now 18 minutes 40. So I recommend stacking that up to an hour and then have that for the event. Make sure you have both the defensive and offensive, and you're all ready to go with that. Alright, so next up, this is very crucial. You need to make sure you have good gear, full ascended, recommended. That kind of rhymes. Okay, so we have full ascended with all the right stats, all the right runes, properly ascended weapons with all the right sigils on it. Same with trinkets. Then we have the builds. Make sure you got a correct build. This is the Guardian one I used, so any Guardian players that want to run this, you can. However, I do recommend, no matter what class you are, Condi for this event is insane. It's so useful running Condi, because you can put all your conditions on the tail, walk away from it, watch it die while you continue attacking the head. It's so important. Okay, so along with all the right gear, make sure you know your rotations, make sure you know your combos, what does what, know your abilities, read the tooltips, figure that out. Don't walk in there just pressing your number 1 attack and that's all you do for the entire fight, because that's going to lose a lot of damage and that timer is going to go. Now it sounds funny, but I do see people do it, so please make sure you know your rotation. Alright, so next up we have groups. Now you want to make sure you get into an organized group, so you're going to want to put your group finder on, go into End of Dragons, Dragon's End, have a look what's up, try and find something organized. If it's a Discord one, so there's none here at the moment, but if there's one that's using Discord as their main way of organizing everyone, that's extremely helpful. That's how I did mine. I joined a commander that had a Discord channel set up for the map. Really helpful, so try and look out for that. Alright, so the next thing I'd say is just make sure you have the food and utility buffs that you're going to be needing. So whether it's condition or power, make sure you have food and utility for that. Most commanders will drop a plate of Ascended, but if you can, try and bring your own as well, just in case they don't. So I've got sharpening stones and don't mind my food at the moment, it's just a random one because I ran out of my power. Along with all the food and the other buffs you'll be stacking, I really suggest bring these Portable United Legion way stations. These are extremely useful. You can get electromagnetic pulses or remote charges. The pulses are great for CC, the charges are good for just straight up damage. The charges you should be using in the pre-event on the big shielded domes, and the pulses are really good for breaking the CC during the actual fight with the dragon. So if you grab these, just the stun on these are really useful, so it's just a charge up and then big CC, and that will help with breaking the Defiance bar. So just one more thing you can use if you really want to be efficient, and it's definitely not needed, but it will help. a strength booster if you have any lying around. I know that I chucked one on when I completed mine. A few other people in my group also are using strength boosters, and we finished with literally seconds left. So I mean, every little bit of DPS does add up, so if you have it, you might as well just chuck it on. Okay, the last little bit of advice I'll give is just to stick with it. It's a very hard, tough, and long meta. It took me roughly 16 tries to get mine, and it's very long. It's hours worth of effort, but it's not impossible. If you stick with it, you will get eventually, I promise. Just stick to the tips and tricks I gave in this video. Find an organized group with a Discord channel. Stack up your buffs, encourage everyone else to do the same, and you'll get eventually. Before I go, I'd like to give a special thanks to Fireling and Holo Im Leo for letting me borrow their cute turtles for the thumbnail. My name is Relzor. If you'd like to see more content from me in the future, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.
Wish we could have done this shit. I wish I had a turtle.
Damage!
Yeah! Fuck yes!
Oh, nice. Good job, everyone.